this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Peter Alachi. And Peter Alachi asks if I believe humans have free will. And Peter uses as an example a naturalistic theory that our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are biological in origin and controlled entirely through physical means. And the example is given from this point of view, that if a person is put into the exact same situation at a different time after they first experienced it, but with no other changes, they will always act in the same way. And again, Peter would like to know my opinion on the subject of free will. And the first thing that I want to say to this is that there are two different questions here, my opinion of free will and my opinion of this particular theory. And let me say first that I'm sure there's more to this theory than was in this brief question, but my answer to it is based on the example, and that is that I've seen many people who have come to basically the same situation many times, and I have seen people who repeat the exact same mistake over and over again, and I've also seen people who will approach it entirely differently the second time. So I would say that we have free will, at least in that we are able to learn from our experiences. Now, speaking to this more generally, rather than dealing with that specific theory, do I believe in free will? Well, yes I do, and no I don't. And like many things in Correllianism, I believe the truth lies in the resolution of opposites. What do I mean when I say I do and I don't? Well, I believe that there are certain things in life that the higher self has preordained as lessons that we must experience. In other vlogs, I've talked about the idea of a soul contract, where we basically line out what we hope to get from this life and set up situations to help to bring it to us. And I believe that some of those things, by the choice of the higher self, are unavoidable to the conscious self. Although I would argue that, to a large extent, the higher self still has free choice, although eventually, as long as there are attachments, lessons must be learned. So in that sense, I don't think that we here in this world always have free will, certain things we must experience. However, these are only certain things, and I think in general, we do have free will, and I think that we use that free will in many ways, both good and bad. And I've often seen people whose decisions would fall more on the latter end of that spectrum, and also other people who have used their free will to wonderful effect. But I do believe we have it, and I think that we particularly see this in our ability to learn from our successes and failures, our ability to change ourselves as we go through our life to make ourselves better or worse. And I definitely think that comes down to free will. So again, my answer is both yes and no. I think that in general daily life we have a great deal of free will, but I think there are certain parameters that our higher self has chosen that we cannot really avoid because it's part of the reason that we're living this particular life. And of course also, the parameters of life itself are not really within our control. That we are born and that we die are a condition of living, and that's, in my opinion, completely unavoidable. But many other things are within our control, so yes, I would say we have free will, and in some cases, I think we don't. So that would be my answer. I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you for Pagans Tonight Radio. Pagans Tonight Radio is an online radio network with different hosts and different shows 7 nights a week. There's something for every taste, including Spanish language programming on Saturday evening. Check out paganstonight.com today.